Look, I genuinely want to ask you something. When is the last time someone actually sat you down and told you to become strong? I'm talking about not the gym, I'm talking about mentally and spiritually. When is the last time someone sat you down, looked you in the eye, and told you to become strong?
Man, never. Everybody's preaching this be soft, be nice stuff.
Exactly, and you know why? Because weak men are easy to control. That's the truth. Look around. Everything is designed to soften you up. They feed you garbage, they pump fear into your mind 24/7, and if you even think about stepping out of line, people start to lose their minds. And here's what's wild. Most guys don't even question it. They just go along with the program. But think about it. If you're weak, who benefits? Not you.
So, what, you think it's on purpose?
Of course it's on purpose. Come on. You can see it. You make weak men, they're easier to handle. Weak men don't ask questions. They don't even push back. And the moment you start waking up, they absolutely hate that. You know what gets me every single time? The second you decide to be different, to be strong, people start calling you arrogant. They say you're too much. But here's the truth. Your strength exposes their weakness, and they can't stand it.
Man, that's real. I feel that. But what do you even do about it?
You take control. It's very simple. You stop waiting for permission, because no one's going to come and hand you power. You either take it or you stay upon. And it starts with your mind. Even if they got your mind, they got everything. But listen, most guys, they're stuck because they don't even realize they're in a cage. They're sitting comfortable, soft, distracted. And that's exactly where they want you to be. But when you wake up and say, I'm not living like this, everything shifts.
Okay, but how? Like, practically, where do you even start?
Oh, absolutely great question. First thing is, you absolutely have to stop making excuses, because no one cares why you're not where you want to be. You either handle your business or you don't. The second, you embrace your pressure. People run from it, but pressure's the best thing for you, especially as a man. It hardens you. And when life hits, and it will, you will be ready. And look, I'll tell you this, God didn't create you to be weak. You think Jesus was soft? Nope. He stood in the face of power and didn't flinch. He knew who he was, and he walked with authority. If you claim you follow him, you should do the same. But here is why most guys mess up. They want it to be easy, but it's not. Being strong means stepping into fire every single day and not breaking. You're taking hits, you have to hit back harder.
So you're saying it's a mindset first?
Exactly. If you can control your mind, you can control your world. And here's the truth. If you're not in control, someone else is. And if you let them, you've already lost. So you gotta ask yourself, are you gonna be the kind of man who moves with authority, or are you gonna let this world break you down and turn you soft? Because there's no middle ground. You either dominate or you get dominated. And the truth, most men would never decide. They'll sit around waiting for life to get easier, wondering why nothing ever changes. But I know you're gonna rise up or you're gonna fade out.
Man, you're right. No one's coming to save me.
And that's the thing, bro. I'm gonna continue to go back to this point, because once you recognize that no one is coming to save you, life gets simple. Not easier, but it gets simple. Because you realize it's all on you. Every decision you make, every thought you allow, that's shaping your future. And if you're weak, if you let your emotions run you, man, you've already lost the race. And here's what they don't tell you. Strength is a choice. You don't wake up one day mentally tough by accident. You choose it every single day. The question is, do you have the discipline to choose strength when it is easier to stay soft?
But what do you do when you're surrounded by weak people? It's like everyone asleep.
Yeah, that's because most people are. Look, weak people want you to stay weak because it makes them feel better about their own lives. If you start leveling up, they take it personally because your growth reminds them that they're wasting time. But here's what you gotta understand, you owe them nothing. You're not responsible for their comfort. If your ambition makes them uncomfortable, that's on them, not you. And honestly, cut them off. If people around you aren't pushing you to be stronger, sharper, why are you even there? You think warriors sit around gossiping, wasting time? No, they're preparing for battle. And whether you realize it or not, you're at war.
At war? At war with what?
At war with what? Everything! Weakness, fear, laziness. Every day something's trying to pull you down, to break you. And most of these guys, they fold without even realizing they're losing. And the enemy, he loves that. He loves when you're distracted, scrolling your life away, chasing pleasure instead of purpose. Because a man without purpose, he's no threat. As I said earlier, I'm gonna connect it back to this, he's a slave. But a man who's locked in, he knows his mission. That's an unstoppable man. That's a man who changes entire bloodline. And if you think the enemy's just gonna let you do that without a fight, you're fooling your own self.
So what do you do when that pressure hits? Like when life's really trying to break you?
Bro, you have to embrace it. Do not pray for an easier life. You have to pray for stronger shoulders. Because pressure is not the enemy, weakness is. And every time you face pressure, you've got two options. You either break or you build. But here's the secret that most people miss. God allows pressure to prepare you. You think David became a king without facing lions and giants first? No. Every battle you face is a test, and how you respond determines if you're ready for the next level.
So the struggle's part of the process.
Always. And the truth is, if your life's going too easy, you're doing something wrong. Because comfort breeds weakness. You're either sharpening yourself or you're doling out. And there's no in between. And guess what? Most guys, they've never even been tested in life. They've never felt real pressure. But you want to know who the ones who become the strongest men are? The ones who've been through hell and didn't fold. Because once you face real storms and survive, nothing shakes you anymore.
But what if you don't feel strong? What if you're just stuck?
Bro, then you decide. Strength isn't something you're born with. It can be built day by day. And it starts with the moment you stop lying to yourself. If you're weak, admit it. If you're lazy, own it. You can't fix what you won't face. And once you face it, you destroy it piece by piece. Because there's no excuses, there's no breaks. And you don't wait to feel ready, you move now because action breeds confidence and everything leads to progression.
Yeah, but isn't life exhausting?
Bro, stop making excuses. Of course it is. You think warriors aren't tired? You think kings don't feel pressure? But they don't quit because they know what's at stake. And if you're serious about building a life of power, you accept the exhaustion. You carry it because the alternative, living weak, broken, powerless. That's a far worse prison. And let me tell you something, God didn't create you to be average. You were made to rule, but ruling takes work. You either suffer the pain of discipline or you suffer the pain of regret. You get to choose.
Man, you're really not letting anyone off the hook.
Why would I? No one let me off the hook. Soft words create soft men, and soft men get crushed. If you're listening to this right now and you're tired of feeling weak, tired of wondering why nothing's changing, this is your wake-up call because you've got everything you need inside of you, but no one's going to unlock it for you. You've got to do the work yourself. So ask yourself, are you going to keep living soft, or are you going to rise up and become the man of God called you to be? Because at the end of the day, you either build yourself or you break yourself.